This is my 2023. Alright, it is currently December 31st. I kind of procrastinated making this video, to be honest. That's why I'm making it on New Year's Eve. But I wanted to start off by saying at the beginning of the year, the beginning of 2023 wasn't really the best for me. I didn't really have any goals for myself or like certain like New Year's resolutions, if you know what I mean. But at the beginning of the year, I felt kind of empty and just like unmotivated to like, you know, work on videos and work on stuff that I actually really like to do. Back in March, me and my family took a trip to San Francisco, and then we kind of drove down like the California coastline, and that was a super fun trip. I took loads of video there. I made a video about it actually, and that was one of those trips that I really enjoyed and that really kind of made me fall back in love with the process of filmmaking. And it was also around this time that I decided to take a little bit of a risk and take my first ever solo road trip. It was terrifying for so many reasons. I mean, if you guys saw my Colorado video, first of all, you would know my car broke down. I was stranded in the middle of nowhere with, you know, no one, basically. I had no idea what I was doing or how I was gonna get back home, but I finished the trip, I made the most out of it, and to be honest, I actually really enjoyed it. It's one of those things that I look back on and it's like, everything went horribly wrong, but it's probably one of the best things to ever happen to me because of how much I learned from it. And again, I mean, I took my camera with me on that trip as well, and it just made me re-fall in love with, you know, videoing and photography and videography. My Colorado trip also marked a pretty significant turning point for me because that was right around the time when I decided to start posting reels on Instagram. And let's just say it did not go how I thought it was going to go. It was kind of around this point in the year that I started experiencing a lot of negativity. This was kind of the first time I ever really started posting my journey and sharing my story with filmmaking as well as like traveling and everything. And I didn't really start posting reels because I cared about what people thought about me, or, you know, I wanted to look cool and look like I traveled all the time and that, you know, my life was way better than anybody else's. That was never the point. The whole point of me actually making those posts on social media was, it was really more to bring positivity and to show people kind of this lifestyle and the benefits of, you know, taking off of work every once in a while to go travel and to do stuff that actually makes you excited to, you know, live again. And even though I didn't post on Instagram because I was trying to gain more likes and more views and more followers, it still kind of hurt when I got some of those negative comments and negative DMs. But anyways, later in the year, kind of around October-ish, me and my dad decided to take a trip to Albuquerque. That was where we went to the Hot Air Balloon Festival, we went to White Sands National Park, we just kind of messed around in the desert, went camping. It was a whole lot of fun. That trip was really good for me because that was kind of the first time I was able to just sort of get out of my head and get back out into nature and kind of get back into the environment that I actually truly loved. But something else also happened on that trip. You see, the week after I got back, I ended up making a reel that something completely unexpected happened. I had one reel that kind of just randomly went viral. I wasn't really expecting it to happen. Out of all the reels that I had made, this wasn't necessarily the reel that I was expecting to actually do good. I kind of just made it because I felt like it and I thought it was fun. For the first time in my creative life, I was actually getting like some positive feedback from it, and I kind of felt like I was actually inspiring people. And again, I'm not saying this to show off or anything like that. The reason I'm saying this is because it kind of shows that hard work actually does pay off in the end. Looking back on the year, the only stuff that I actually remember are the bad days. The days where I could have accomplished a lot but would rather be locked up in my room. All the time spent in my bed dreaming about what I wanted to become, but I didn't actually have the confidence in myself to become it. Sometimes I get so caught up in the bad that I forget to look at all the good. All the long and loud car rides, the stupid little fun moments while camping, lighting a couch on fire. But most important of all, the new experiences that I experienced and the people that I experienced those experiences with. Up until this year, I had never really been on a solo trip, and to be honest, I had barely ever even been camping.
Stop the car because he thought he had a salamander.
I swear I saw one like on that rock.
I started to realize life was really more about the people you spend it with versus the places that you go. You'll never really know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory.
So if I fly, will I still have a place inside your heart? And when you see what I've become, will you love me for who I am, not who I was?
So I know that this is a video that I'm sharing with all of you guys, but this is also really more kind of a video to myself. Coming up in this new year, you're gonna have some really bad days. You're gonna have days where you're gonna be super unmotivated. You're not gonna wanna get up and make videos. You're not gonna wanna do what you actually enjoy doing. But you also have to understand that with the bad days, you're also gonna have some really good days too. Look, I have a lot of trips planned this year and a lot of fun little moments and memories that I'm gonna make this year, but I also know that it's not all just gonna go perfectly. It's really just a matter of embracing those bad days and knowing that it gets better in the future. Keep working hard, keep believing in yourself, and just have fun. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun, what's really the point? I may not know where my life is headed or what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna do it, but what I can do right now is just plan. Plan fun little road trips with friends, plan fun little moments with families, and plan for the future. Because the future is never guaranteed. So instead of constantly worrying about it, maybe it's time to embrace it. Anyways, that was my little rant about 2023. I'm excited for 2024. I can't wait to see what's coming up. And I don't know, this is kind of stupid, but I guess I'll see you next year.